Today we're diving into a story about family and acceptance and the courage to kind of embrace what makes us unique.
Hmm.
Imagine, like, you're Laura, she's a mother, and her son, Sam, he's about to introduce his new girlfriend.
Hmm.
Her name is Sadie, and it's at like a family barbecue.
Oh, a barbecue?
Yeah, and everyone's excited to meet Sadie, but there's something that Sam hasn't shared with his family yet.
Oh.
Something that will kind of, um, you know, challenge their understanding of love and acceptance.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. So we have Laura, she's a mother of 3 sons.
Okay.
Mike is the oldest, and then there's Sam, he's the middle son, he's 28.
Okay.
And then Jake, he's the youngest, he's 26.
Okay, 3 boys. Got it.
Each son, they have like their own distinct personality, but Sam has always been kind of like the quiet one, like the studious one,
Right.
and a previous long-term relationship really left him hurt.
Mm.
And so he's cautious about opening his heart again.
It makes sense why Laura would be so interested in seeing who Sam has chosen to let back into his life.
Yeah. After such a heartbreak.
Totally. And then Sadie enters the picture.
Right.
So Sam, he describes her as intelligent,
Oh,
and she shares a lot of his same interests.
that's great.
But she's also shy, which, resonates with Sam's own kind of reserved nature.
Right, they sound well matched.
Yeah.
So, okay, so the barbecue's happening.
Yep.
Sadie arrives. Everyone immediately notices her beauty, her composure, but she seems nervous,
Yeah.
especially when she's around Laura and her husband, Tom. He's 56.
So it's during a quiet moment in the kitchen. They're away from the party. Everyone's outside having fun. Sadie decides to confide in Laura.
Oh.
She reveals that she is transgender.
Wow.
It's a really vulnerable moment for her,
Yeah.
filled with a lot of, trepidation, fear of rejection.
This is huge for both of them. I mean, what was Laura's reaction?
It was immediate, and it was heartwarming. She focuses on Sadie's character. You know her kindness and the obvious love that she has for Sam.
Ah.
Her acceptance is genuine,
Mm.
and it's unwavering. It really puts Sadie at ease. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That speaks volumes about her character and the value she places on love and acceptance.
But there's still another hurdle.
Oh, right.
Telling Sam's father, Tom,
Right.
with a family dinner planned the next day, the pressure's on to prepare him for this news.
I can only imagine how Sadie must be feeling,
Yeah.
knowing she's about to meet Sam's father
Mhm.
with this unspoken truth kind of hanging in the air.
Yeah, Laura takes the initiative, and she tells Tom about Sadie being transgender.
Okay.
His reaction, it's initially quiet, almost stoic,
Oh,
but he promises to be respectful at dinner.
okay.
So the stage is set for this family dinner. Sadie's anxious, understandably, and Tom is keeping his thoughts and feelings pretty close to the vest.
Right. So what happens next?
So they all meet at the restaurant, and Tom, as expected, he's his usual charming self. He engages both Sam and Sadie in conversation, but you can just feel Sadie's nervousness.
Oh.
She's clearly eager to, address the elephant in the room.
Oh, that tension must be so thick.
Tom notices. He notices Sadie's discomfort,
Okay.
and he suggests they all go for ice cream first.
Oh, classic dad move.
Right.
I love it. Ice cream really does have a way of easing tension.
It does.
So what happens at the ice cream shop?
So this is where Tom really shines. As everyone's enjoying their ice cream, he starts talking about the amazing variety of flavors available these days.
Oh, right.
Compared to when he was a kid.
Right.
And he says,
Is he about to make a connection between ice cream flavors and the diversity of people?
yes, you're right on track. He says, and I quote, "As long as the ice cream you like tastes good to you and makes you happy, I don't mind forking out a few dollars for a smile." He then looks right at Sam and Sadie and gives them a knowing wink.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
What a subtle way of expressing acceptance.
Yeah.
It's like he's saying, it doesn't matter what, quote, flavor of person you are,
Exactly.
as long as you bring happiness to the people you love.
That's it. What a heartwarming moment.
And Laura, she's beaming,
Yeah.
witnessing this quiet acceptance from her husband.
Yeah.
She knows in her heart that Sam has found happiness with Sadie and that their family will embrace her.
This story is already so powerful. It's amazing to see how, in the face of the unknown, love and acceptance can pave the way for understanding and just create a stronger family bond.
I completely agree. What strikes me, is this story, it just shows how we as humans need to kind of like reconcile our preconceived notions
Right.
with the realities of those we love.
You're right. It's easy to say you're open-minded,
Right.
but then when you're actually faced with something that maybe makes you a little uncomfortable, that's when your true values get tested.
Exactly. And think about Tom, his initial silence.
Yeah.
That wasn't rejection.
Right.
It was more of a pause. Like
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
processing, taking a moment to bridge that gap between his expectations and reality.
Mm.
Yeah, that's such a critical point because, I mean, not everyone's going to have like this immediate, like effusive, reaction like Laura did. I mean,
Exactly.
it's human to have questions, to feel a little uncertain. But the key is like approaching those feelings with empathy and not
Yeah.
with judgment.
Exactly. And, this story isn't about forcing acceptance or pretending that everyone's going to react the same way. It's
Mhm.
about highlighting the potential for growth and understanding and ultimately choosing love over prejudice.
It's about recognizing that everyone has their own journey, their own path, and we should approach those differences with curiosity, not condemnation.
Right. Imagine if Laura had reacted negatively, or if Tom had just refused to accept Sadie.
Yeah.
I mean, think about the impact that would have had on Sam's happiness. It would have been devastating. And it just underscores the importance of creating safe and supportive spaces, you know, for people to be their authentic selves.
This makes me think about how we as individuals, we contribute to creating those safe spaces.
Yeah.
Is it just about accepting passively, or are there more active steps we can take?
Oh, that's such a good question. And it goes beyond simply tolerating differences.
Right.
Active allyship really involves educating ourselves, challenging our own biases, and being open to learning, from the experiences of others.
Just her vulnerability in sharing her truth with Laura is so moving. Like, just
Absolutely.
imagine the courage that it took to open up, knowing that there was a risk of rejection.
And Laura's response is just as powerful.
Yeah.
By focusing on Sadie's character and her love for Sam, she created this space, this space of true acceptance and understanding.
That conversation in the kitchen was like a turning point.
Absolutely.
It really set the tone for how the rest of the family ultimately chose to embrace Sadie.
It established a foundation of respect and openness, that allowed Tom to process the news and come to his own acceptance, which he beautifully illustrated through his ice cream analogy.
That analogy was so clever.
Yeah.
It's like he took something so familiar and relatable, like ice cream, and used it to highlight the beauty of diversity.
It resonated, right? It emphasized finding happiness in what you love, regardless of societal norms or expectations.
It's such a
And
powerful reminder that families, they come in all shapes and sizes.
yes.
And the most important ingredient is love, acceptance, and respect for, each individual's journey.
This story really encourages us to look beyond the surface and see the shared humanity that connects us all. It's a testament to the transformative power of empathy and understanding.
This story, it really highlights the, ripple effect of acceptance.
Yeah.
Her embracing Sadie not only, brought happiness to Sam,
Right.
but it also created this more inclusive and loving environment for the whole family.
It's a perfect example of how one person's actions can inspire change and create this domino effect of positivity. And it shows that allyship, it doesn't have to be about these grand gestures. Sometimes it's about those small everyday choices that we make to embrace and support those who are different from us.
Absolutely. It's those, little acts of kindness and understanding and respect that can make a huge difference. Like Tom, just listening to Sadie, engaging her in conversation, and just treating her with genuine warmth.
Yeah, think about the impact this must have had on Sadie.
Right.
To feel seen and validated by Sam's father.
Right.
Welcomed into the family without any judgment. That must have been incredible for her.
It really makes you realize the potential we all have to, make the world a more inclusive place
Yeah.
just by choosing to be kind and compassionate and understanding.
If we zoom out and look at the bigger picture here, we can see how these individual acts of acceptance actually contribute to a larger societal shift towards greater inclusivity.
Right. It's like planting a seed that grows into something really beautiful and impactful, and it touches the lives of everyone around us in ways that we may never even fully realize.
That's a great point.
This brings up an important question for our listeners.
Yeah.
How can we take the lessons from Laura and Tom's story
Right.
and apply them to our own lives? How can we be better allies and advocates for those who are marginalized or misunderstood?
It starts with, I think, just a willingness to learn and grow.
Yeah.
We need to educate ourselves,
Right.
challenge our own biases,
Yeah.
and just be open to understanding perspectives that are different from our own.
It's about listening,
Yeah.
really listening,
Yeah.
creating safe spaces for dialogue, and using our voices to like speak up against injustice and discrimination whenever we see it.
Absolutely.
It's about recognizing that everyone, no matter their gender identity, their sexual orientation, their race, religion, or any other characteristic,
Yeah.
they deserve to feel loved and accepted and valued for who they are.
I completely agree.
This story, it does show the power of love and acceptance.
Yes.
But it's important to remember that not every experience is this positive.
Right.
Systemic biases and discrimination, I mean, they
Yeah.
still exist and they create real challenges for a lot of people.
And that's why it's so important to move beyond these heartwarming stories,
Yeah.
and actively work to address these issues that are so deeply rooted in our society. We need to advocate for policies that promote equality,
Right?
challenge discriminatory practices,
Yeah.
and work toward creating a society that's truly just and equitable for everyone.
This deep dive, I mean, it leaves us with a challenge for all of you listening. How can we each, in our own unique ways, become more effective allies and advocates for inclusivity and understanding?
Yeah.
Let's keep the spirit of Laura and Tom's story alive. Create those ripples of acceptance and compassion that go beyond just our immediate circles.
Remember, building a more inclusive world starts with each of us. It's those little acts of kindness, the willingness to listen and learn, and the courage to speak up for what's right that will ultimately make the biggest difference.